So this opening action here to here to here, what's actually happening is I see the punch, I cover it, Nagashi. This is this here. Okay, the idea then is to hold on to it and then to pull back to here. Okay, to there. And then as I bring it back, I pull this hand through to here, which is there. So in the form here, this is a walk by. As you walk by, he grabs to hold my hand. The first thing I do is I turn the hand up. Before he has a chance to punch, I strike. Okay, with Ipponken. Yeah, you see here. But as I do it, I go into Shikodatsu. He's across my leg. The idea is that I get that type of feeling. So in this instance here, I know I'm being pulled. The hand strikes in to the neck. And before he has a chance, I then drive him, dropping down, Benki into the core. Hiji right into the core. Good, so that can end in that sequence. But in the form, there's some added repercussions based on his response. So if you remember, I demonstrated hair grab, strike, move in. He now, okay, from here, blocks that. He pads it. Okay? So from here, I've got a problem. But I know where that hand is here. So I move. Okay? And as I move, here, I pull it. Yeah? Grab. Good. Pull. Now what you can't see is I'm pulling him in front of me. So let me turn him around here. So I pull him here. It's a short kick. Originally, done with the toes. As you can see the impact it's having on his little pretty face. Boom. Okay? And then from here, 1, 2. Okay, 2 direct strikes. So often people think this is a tetsuuchi. So I go from here to here. Kick, punch, punch. This is quite a dangerous technique, but it's really effective. So the punch comes, you turn, you strike across the arm, that exposes his neck. In the kata, the hand hits here. It doesn't, it comes down and strikes into the neck. Now you can see I made a red mark when I did it before, and I was pulling it. But Paul will tell you, he was out on his feet. It hits right across there and out the gate. And it finishes there. Okay, I didn't demonstrate this before because there is a similar one earlier in the kata, if you remember. Okay, that after we've done this and we've done the kick and the double punch, we come here, lock in, release out and lock back. So what's happening, the reason I'm doing it this way because it's just nice. They come in from behind, you duck and you cover. From here, it's the head and I lock the head in. Now obviously, if I pull a little bit harder, we've got a problem. Well, he's got a problem, I haven't got a problem. Okay, only if there's any cameras around. The idea is snap the neck. Okay, there is a variation of this, but what I wanted to see was close in, I don't pull out. What I do is I strike to the throat. When I've stretched him, I punch down into the bladder. But at the same time, I strike his bicep to break the grips. Okay? Then from here, I step forward and strike into the neck. Now I didn't drop him before, but when you do it slowly, your body, I brought him down to hit him down there. Okay, so this is a classic both hands gripped. So you're being secured. Okay, the idea is from here I push down to move in, to strike the neck. In the form, this hand comes to here. That's just to hold it. Okay? It's not like in the here, it's more here. So, one. So I'm pulling down. That sort of feeling. Okay? He may be really strong. Okay? I strike, I can't get it, so I pull down, go the other way. Now I'm free. And I get my free shot into the neck. Okay? So this one we're going to do slowly because there's so much pressure on the neck and what can potentially go wrong. So we're going to do it slowly for you. And if you do practice it, for God's sake, practice it slow. So you're being braced whilst recovering. The idea is I lift from here. But as I lift, I step. Okay? By kneeing on. That's just so I can get my arms out. Then from here, they make a box. I make a box with his neck that way. And I drive it one way, then I wrench it the other way, then I wrench it the other way. So in the form, what you see is that, there's the head grab, wrench, wrench, wrench. So it's a soft tissue strike. So he's grabbed my arm from behind, probably after my handbag, because there's some nice handbags when you get to my age. I turn, you see it turning, there, that just slows this down, okay? As I strike down, as you can see here across the, I then go for his throat. He grabs it because he's sharp, so I pull down, reverse it and go for his throat. Okay, so again, this is quite a tricky one to see at a distance. We could do it fast, but it's a classic. You're in a conference and he grabs your front hand. Okay, from here, what I want to do is get the hand down. So from here, I turn. I can either strike the bicep, which you get a nice rinse grip, but you get God. I want this hand here. Yes, I come here. Then the next thing is coming. As he comes, so I come from here, if you remember the kata. Okay, sorry, here in the kata. To here, because I've got this to deal with. So watch again. Okay. There, we'll do the bicep strike. Okay. Then from here, one. Okay. And now I either attack here, I push down and attack the throat. My choice. Alright, so we demonstrated this reverse strike and tetsui to the neck, which is very effective. Okay. You repeat this in section, but there is a slight difference. And it's this kicking today with the ball of the foot, but at one stage it would have been kicking with the toes. So we're just going to walk through that. So Paul throws his technique, I cover myself, I strike, and at the same time I toe him in the obvious area. Okay? From here, okay, I strike down into the neck. And again, there's this position here, he's either covering or he delivers his punch off. So I strike on at the same time. Then from there, okay, it may not end there, he can grab, okay, and then we repeat, okay, yep, so, you know, where I was punching under here, now from here, I repeat, one, I strike yukate into the throat. Relatively self-explanatory, but in the kata it does look rather odd. So you'll see these side elbows happening quite a lot, and you'll see this technique happening quite a lot. It's the positioning is the elbow is just a cover. It's an ate. It can be, you know, it can be a grab or it can be a punch round. All right, but if you notice, it's done in such a way that it starts from the core. Okay, so it's really designed to damage the limb. And when you see this in the kata, then you'll see that, okay? This is across the ear. This is into the cavity there. But again, it's across the jawline. And it's done at the same time. So the idea is perforate the eardrum, okay? Whack them in the jaw with the whole of the arm. And it's designed for somebody, against somebody bigger. This is why it's so brutal, yeah? Down. That type of feeling, okay? There is an ate striking and punch, ate strike and punch, relatively self-explanatory. And we've covered similar technique in previous kata. What I did want to draw your attention to is where we do this opening double strike, then back to here. Okay, and again, this is this wrenching type feeling. Okay, so we deliver, we wrench and push out. But then right at the end of the kata, from this position, we change. We come back to here, we go one, here, and then we come to here as we turn round to face our audience again. Okay, and again, this is quite important because it's that feeling here, then to there. So it's striking into the core of the neck, cross the ear again, okay, and then turning with my core to get rid of it. So you see that movement in the kata from here to here, okay, sorry, from here to here, okay, to there. It's actually there to here, yeah? So as a form, Nipaipo has still a very distinct Chinese feel about it and its performance. It became very popular on the competition circuit a few years ago, but it's been around for a long time. I was lucky to first learn it from a sensei called Tomiyama Sensei with the Stoiru. So the first version I learned had some slight variations in it to the version that you now see popularized in competition, although he was a Stoiru practitioner. I then had the chance to learn in Okinawa, and then also had the chance to learn the Chinese form that it came from in southern China some years ago. A little bit more fluid, but all the principal movements are still there. And if you actually get a chance, there is a nice comparison on YouTube showing this form that we're going to demonstrate today and the Chinese version of the form. Well worth watching if you can see it. So the principle of the application, okay, is what I call, it's a kata based on passing and entering. Okay, in other words, going through your opponent. Lots of nice angular principles in the movement. Lots of nice direct trapping, grabbing and then releasing in the form. Okay, thank you.